Last night, while Cambodia was sleeping, Iran launched widespread attacks on energy infrastructure across the Gulf. This changes everything I said in yesterday's video about the oil crisis. This is worse, much worse. Let me explain what happened, the scale of damage, what this means for oil prices going forward, and most importantly, what this means specifically for Cambodia and what you should do about it. What happened last night? Iran did not just hit one oil field. It launched coordinated attacks on energy infrastructure across multiple Gulf countries. Qatar LNG facilities at Ras Laffan suffered significant damage. This is one of the world's major LNG export hubs. Kuwait's Mina Al-Ahmadi refinery caught fire after drone strikes. UAE, Bahrain, and Saudi infrastructure also hit or disrupted. This was direct retaliation after Israel struck Iran's South Pars gas field. South Pars is one of the most important energy sites in the world. Iran responded by hitting energy infrastructure across the region. Scale of damage. Qatar alone lost 15 to 17% of LNG capacity. Some analysts estimate it could take years to fully recover this capacity. Multiple refineries and export terminals are either damaged, completely halted, or operating at significantly reduced capacity. Oil shipping is already disrupted. The Strait of Hormuz, which carries 20% of global oil flow, remains unstable. Ships are avoiding the area or paying massive insurance premiums to transit. This is not a minor strike. This is not a temporary supply shock. This is system-wide energy infrastructure destruction that will take months or years to repair. Oil price impact. Oil prices have jumped from around $70 per barrel before the war started to over $100 and still climbing. We saw it spike to $119 earlier this week. Governments are releasing emergency reserves to try to stabilize markets. The US, EU, and other major economies are coordinating releases. But this is a band-aid on a structural problem. Emergency reserves are finite. Infrastructure damage is real and takes time to fix. How long will high prices last? Short-term, expect very volatile price spikes, driven by each new headline. Medium-term, 1 to 6 months, we face high risk of sustained elevated prices. The International Energy Agency has warned that this disruption could last up to 6 months at minimum. Long-term depends on two things: whether the Strait of Hormuz stays restricted or gets fully blocked, and whether infrastructure keeps getting hit or if attacks stop. Realistic expectation is elevated oil prices in the $90 to $120 range for months. If the conflict continues, prices could spike even higher if supply situation worsens or if more infrastructure gets targeted. What this means for Cambodia. Cambodia faces impact on multiple fronts. Tourism is under serious pressure. Higher fuel costs mean higher flight prices. Airlines pass fuel costs directly to passengers. Long-haul flights from Europe and the US get hit hardest because they burn the most fuel. A round-trip ticket from London to Phnom Penh that cost $800 2 months ago might cost $1,200 to $1,500 if oil stays at $100 to $120. That's almost double. Tourists on tight budgets will reconsider. Some will choose closer destinations like Thailand, where flights are shorter and cheaper. Some will postpone trips entirely. Some will come for shorter stays to save on accommodation costs. Expect drop in overall tourist numbers. Expect shorter average stays. Expect more budget-conscious travelers and fewer high-spending tourists. Local costs are rising immediately. Cambodia is 100% import-dependent for fuel. Every drop of petrol and diesel comes from outside. When global oil prices rise, Cambodia pays more. Petrol prices are already up. This means tuk-tuk fares rise, delivery costs rise, logistics costs rise, and because everything in Cambodia moves by road, higher transport costs mean higher prices for everything. Food prices will rise because transport costs are embedded in food distribution. Construction materials cost more to move. Even local products get more expensive because distribution networks run on fuel. Hotels and restaurants face squeeze from both sides. Fewer tourists coming in means less revenue. But operating costs are rising. Electricity costs tied to fuel. Transport costs for supplies rising. Staff Transport costs rising. When revenue drops and costs rise at the same time, margins get crushed. Businesses that were barely profitable might go negative. Businesses that were comfortable might struggle. Construction and investment. Higher fuel and materials costs mean construction projects slow down or pause. Foreign investors watching this situation may delay decisions until things stabilize. Projects already underway face cost overruns. This could mean slower economic growth for Cambodia this year than projected. What you should do if you run a tourism-dependent business, prepare for tougher months ahead. Don't panic, but don't assume this will blow over quickly either. Most important action right now is establish your digital presence. When tourists do come, and they will still come, they will search online first. They will book in advance. They will compare options digitally. If you're visible online, you capture bookings, even during downturn. If you're invisible, you miss the travelers who do come. Get your Google business profile set up. It's free. Takes 30 minutes. When tourists search for guest houses or restaurants in your area, you show up. If you can invest $500 to $1,000, get a basic website. Show your rooms, your menu, your services, how to book directly. Give tourists a way to find you and book you without going through booking.com. Get listed in free directories. Siem Reap thrive. Phnom Penh thrive. Anywhere tourists might search. Start collecting customer emails. Every guest who stays with you, ask for their email. Build a list. When things stabilize, you can email them directly and bring them back. The businesses that survive this oil shock will be the ones that are visible online and can capture bookings during tough times. The ones that stay invisible will struggle every time there's an external crisis. The timeline. This situation could last months. Prepare for elevated costs and reduce tourism through at least June, possibly longer, depending on how the conflict develops. Use this time to build digital infrastructure. When oil prices eventually drop and tourism rebounds, you'll be positioned to capture the recovery. This is Cambodia Business News. I'm monitoring this situation hourly. Next update Friday or sooner, if there are major developments. I'm Laurence. I'm with you. Let's navigate this together.